just wanted to say welcome to Beauty and Gratitude. It's Friday night at 8 p.m. And I have a special guest tonight, Mr. Eric Birkenstern. That's what I call him.
Sure.
And before we get started, I really want to thank everyone for tuning in the past three episodes. And last week we talked to model, entrepreneur, and musician, Trey Peace. We call him Winston Trey Peace. And today we're going to talk to Eric Stern, who is an agent, a mother agent, and he will talk about just the business and how he survived 2020 and the beautiful things that happened during 2020. And we'll also talk about how we met and just what an inspiration he's been, and extremely kind. Not only when I was in New York, also in LA, on occasion, not as often as I would like. We do get together and we do connect and just check in and see how each other is doing. LA's been a very interesting adventure, and we'll talk about that as well. So I want to welcome Eric Stern. Welcome, Eric.
Hi. Hi.
How are
Hello.
you, my love?
Hi. Good evening. I don't even know
You
what
know,
it is.
let's see, Eric, where do we begin? I met you on the set of Wendy Williams when you were with a client at the time. You were styling with Kelly Bensimon. Yes?
God, that one. Yes. It was it. What had happened? There were. I've had a very interesting life. It's been very long so far,
Hmm.
and it's been eventful. And at one point in my career as a stylist, I don't know if it was a great idea or it wasn't. I became the stylist for all of the housewives in all the locations, which was the craziest thing ever because this was years and years and years and years ago. And
Hmm.
I was doing it remotely, which was very difficult because I had Beverly Hills, Atlanta, New York. They were all crazy. And I enjoyed, basically, I would just sit around all day long buying clothes online and shipping it to all of them. And I would have all these sort of script ideas of situations that they may be at. And I had to send clothes to them. And they basically spent most of the time trying to steal the clothes. What a bunch. It was, I used to spend the whole day like fighting with Jill Zarin to get
Hmm.
one crappy dress back, which she was like, I'm going to keep it. And I was like, you can't keep it.
Or
So,
bill her for it, you know?
yeah, but what was fabulous about that is that, here I was, a hands on stylist doing everything remotely when things weren't even remote at the time. So it was fabulous. And one of the appearances was to be on Wendy Williams with Kelly Ben Simone, God bless her heart, as they say down south, that means. And I walk in and I meet you, and I'm like, who the hell is he? He's fabulous. Look what he's doing with his hair. I mean, I thought that you were hands down one of the most talented people I had ever met.
Eric, thank you.
Right. And
That
I
means a lot coming
like
from you, baby. Thank you.
millions of people. And I was like, who the hell is he? And he's fabulous. I love this guy. And I hate everybody. And you were everything. Everything. And you've been my go-to uh, guru on hair care and makeup, but really hair care for the African American girl that
Hmm.
had none. They had none. People would come at them with blow dryers and ruin their hair. And I was like, I have to call D'Angelo Thompson.
And you sure did. And you have some major models on your roster that are African Americans, like, I'll let you.
Wallette Watson. I remember Wallette Watson, who's I think the supermodel of the world. She, I was a mother agent for many years prior to meeting Wallette Watson. I met her, and she took my agency, my sort of, I call it's like a mom and pop shop, into the limelight. I had
Yes.
voted the number one African American girl by Vogue. Everybody wanted her. She walked every show. She walked first. She walked closed shows. She was doing the only girl in Valentino Red, blah, blah, blah. I mean, here now I'm on the phone with like Pat McGrath saying, can't you just like pop our eye a little bit more? You know, I've always been very opinionated.
Yes, yes.
Terrible. It's a miracle I still have a career after 40 years with my big mouth. But
Mhm.
I always had this sort of glamorous vision for everyone,
Yes.
sort of myself a little bit, but for all of my kids. And
Mhm.
while at Watson, literally put my agency on the map. And all of a sudden, everyone's actually answering my emails, which I found fat. People that would never answer an email now all of a sudden like calling me on Christmas Eve saying, is there any way I can represent while at Watson? Please, I know you're with your family, but I need her. And it was fascinating, honestly.
Wow. How long ago was that, Eric?
That was in '07.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
that was a long time ago. It was a long time
Mhm.
ago. And she's, I met her uh, through one of my other model kids that said, what do you think of this girl? And I was like, she's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my whole life. And
Mhm.
where is she? Well, she's in Raleigh, North Carolina. She's a gospel singer. And
Oh, wow.
she's very sweet, and she has a shitty apartment in Brooklyn, and she's starving to death, and she's working as a hostess. And I was like, I'm obsessed with this girl.
Mhm.
And I went and met her. She thought I was crazy. She's like, who's this crazy white man? And I just said to her, you're going to be a star. And she went to me, mm-hmm. And 3 months later, she was walking in Soho to a horrible casting for some horrible job. And Stephen Meisel was having lunch outside with Ed Infel. And the
Love
two
it.
of them were just sitting there. And she walked by and he stopped her and said, who are you? And literally the next day, he put her into what is that designer? Oh, God.
Anna Sui or
Anna Sweet. Anna Sweet.
yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
which
And
is his best friend, actually, one of his best friends.
exactly.
And that is iconic that Stephen Meisel basically scouted her again and put her in what magazine was it?
Well, it was the Anna Sui show.
Oh,
Started,
hello.
he put her in the Anna Sui show the following day in Fashion Week. And once you're in the Anna Sui show, you're a Stephen Meisel girl. And that was it. It was,
Wow.
I never saw anything like it in my life. My phone exploded, which was, normal. And all of a sudden, I was the mother agent to a supermodel, basically. And
Mm.
I had to learn that day. I'm a very humble person. I knew nothing, nothing. And
Really?
I knew nothing. I thought I knew everything until that day. And then
You
all
know, that's pretty amazing that you can admit that. That's wow. Wow.
I knew nothing. I had no idea. I didn't know how to deal with all these options and making career choices and all that. It was fabulous. So I sat down, I had a cup of coffee and a piece of cake, and I said, I'm going to surrender to the agents that have been doing this forever, and I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to learn, but I'm going to hold on to my aesthetic, which is this glamorous outlook on
Mhm.
these children and
Mhm.
just keep them looking amazing. And
You know, Eric, what I love is that you call them children. I have to express this to our viewers. Eric takes very good care of these models. And I've been around him when he's been on the phone with them. And I just listen and I won't go into details, but I know that he cares and he watches over them and he educates them about investing and about taking care of themselves and making wise choices, even outside of the modeling world, what they choose to post online. All those things are so important. And I want you to speak on that, please.
well, you know, as a single father of two children, raising them in New York City by myself, I
Mhm.
became both the father and the mother. I was sort of everything. All decisions regarding my own children, who are now 34 and 33, whatever, I had them when I was children. I was a child,
Mhm.
sorry. But uh, I, the role of mother I take very seriously. And I channel all the really strong women that have been in my life, that are always in my life, that rule with an iron fist,
Mhm.
say what they think is the right thing. And if they choose to listen, that's fine. If they choose not to listen, you just keep saying it over and over and over again until they finally surrender, which is my favorite word, to the right way to be. And
Mhm.
I sort of run my ship like a mother would run her home. So I see every post, I see every story that all of my kids do, was over 400. So I'm busy staring at
Wow, that's
them.
amazing.
They know that if I don't like a photo, it sucks.
Mhm.
They're concerned if I don't comment and like something or repost it. I see everything. I watch every single aspect of what they do, because a lot of these kids come from whatever their background may be. I'm
Mhm.
going to change it. I'm going to change it by caring, worrying, staying on top of it, screaming
Mhm.
at them, also covering them with love. And I'm very present. So whenever I always say to them, whatever you post, would your mother want to see that?
Right, right,
And
right.
they're learning, they're evolving, they're being responsible, and I take full responsibility for all of
Mhm.
it. I think it's my job as a mother agent to be the
Mhm.
mother. I'm not
That's
anybody's
true.
friend. I'm nobody's
That's
friend.
very true. You
Yeah.
know what's interesting is that I don't know if you know this, when I was in school at Pratt, I interned at Beth Ann Hardison Agency. I interned at Now Model Management. So I was very young, 18, 19. So I saw Tyson Bedford, Veronica Webb, the list goes on and on. I watched all of them, rise basically within the industry. And I knew Beth Ann as well had a very similar to you, an iron fist with how she was very involved. She was a great negotiator, as you are. And I found that agents that really cared, I wanted to be a part of that world. Agents, that other agency that I mentioned, I felt they didn't treat the girls well. I remember girls leaving in tears, like, body issues
Oh,
and telling them, you better go lose 50 pounds, like by in 2 or 3 days. Crazy stuff, and that was in the late 80s, early 90s. So that gives you an idea. It was definitely not the world we live in now. So the things that were said to them, I would witness it, and I would redo all their books before they would go to a casting. They're like, D'Angelo, you have a good eye. Redo the books. I redo their books. They would go to a casting. A lot of times they booked it because I knew once the client saw the first, let's say 5 to 7 images, that it wasn't the internet, it wasn't social media, it was your portfolio.
And we'll be right back with more Beauty and Gratitude after these messages.
We work so hard sometimes. Isn't it time for a break? Take a walk or enjoy nature or maybe a leap or a ride or even a dip. Spending time with a friend or some time alone. Whatever it is, always spend time growing and learning with a Solidity Weekend. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on Solidity TV.
Life is full of moments. And when sickness breaks your momentum, from the 5 a.m. stomach bug, or stress and anxiety at work, don't forget you have Teladoc. Great care options by phone, video, or app. 24/7 access to doctors. And access to therapists 7 days a week. From anywhere you are, day or night. Whatever it is, we're always ready to help. So you can get back to enjoying life's best moments faster. Life is good. Enjoy it well.
Visit a doctor today without even leaving your home. For as little as $19.95 per month for a family plan, you get access to board-certified physicians as often as you need it, and there's $0 for medical visits anytime, anywhere. Register now by visiting solivity.com/health perks. That's solivity.com/health perks.
Are you ready to take that first step towards true, unwavering inner happiness? Are you like thousands of people who have everything they need, not want, but need, and still can't seem to find happiness and fulfillment in their lives? If so, the Steps to Happiness show is for you. On my show, you will learn about the principles and practices that lead to true inner happiness. Because guess what? It isn't found in our external environment, but within ourselves instead. Together with my guests, we will explore the latest physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being practices. And together, we'll advise you on the actionable steps you can take towards a happier, more fulfilled, authentic life. So I invite you to join me each week on Soulivity TV on the Steps to Happiness show with me, Teresa Greco.
They would go to a casting. A lot of times they booked it because I knew once the client saw the first, let's say 5 to 7 images, that it wasn't the internet, it wasn't social media, it was your portfolio, and that had to be strong. And your first 10 images had to be strong. So that's what I was responsible for at both agencies. And I learned from both, and I knew that I didn't want to be in that world in that way. Definitely makeup artistry came, a little bit later. So yeah, it's important to have a strong mother agent.
Very strong mother agent, and I'm very involved, almost to the point where I'm not intrusive, but all of the agencies that I deal with, and I'm very specific with who I like and who I don't. We all know that. I'm very strong opinion. They know not to, that there's a very small area of what they can and cannot get away with me.
Right.
They know that I read and answer every email that I receive immediately.
Right.
And
you definitely do.
I do. And because it's my responsibility. If I see them, doing anything shady whatsoever, they know that I call them. I not that I worry about what I write on in an email, because I really don't care at all. But I call them, and I call them out on it. And I go, oh, no. Right now, there are 3 things that are getting me crazy.
Okay, talk to us.
In the modeling world. One is sizing. I get crazy. That every girl should be a size 2, that we have all these tweenies that are like a 6. They're trying, and they use that dreaded word that I don't like, is curve. I hate that word. I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it. I hate agencies that have a curve division. Lately, I've been focusing at women in New York, Women 360. My girlfriend Gina runs it. She and I are both 2 old queens from Queens, New York. And
I love it.
Speak our minds. And I believe that every woman is beautiful, period. I don't care what size she could be, a 2, a 6, a 16. I don't care. But I don't like that they call them a curve. I have a lot of girls that are curvy and all different sizes. And we all know I love me an ample woman. And I just love that. I love a curvy girl. But the fact that they have curved divisions. So I was talking to Gina at Women 360, and I said to her, I really love that you have just one board of women, not a curve board, a petite board, a this board, or that. You have a board, and I really love it, and I'm really into it because my singles, my twos and fours or whatever number, like little skinny girls, and then I have 12s, 14s, 16s all together on one board. That makes me very happy because it's just a women's board, period.
Right. And a client can look at that and make a decision,
Make a decision. It's not based on, it's based on what is it that, how they can sell. I have all these girls right now currently trying out for Maybelline. There's a big Maybelline thing going on, and they're all casting for the new Maybelline girl. I have girls and one fluid person. It's fat. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to not get into trouble because I would
use those pronouns, honey.
I didn't know what. I'm like, I call them Cookie. Don't ask. Okay. Hiya, Cookie. I'm like, Cookie, I don't get into trouble for because it's not that's my pronoun that I've given them. So, anywho, so I have a whole bunch of different faces, sizes, genders, all trying out for Maybelline. And it just gives me so much joy that everyone is equal. I want everyone to be equal. All women are created equal. Isn't that what they say? I don't know. And so Women 360 is doing that. And I'm obsessed with it. The whole women group or elite world, whatever they're called, they're all doing that. They don't have divisions within the division. It's all just women. Women are fabulous, period. And it's given me a lot of love. And so now I'm taking on the other agencies that have curved divisions, and I'm sort of breaking their balls. And I'm like, I don't think I like the word curve. It's really bothering me. And they're like, yeah, I know, but that's what they are. I'm like, no, it's not what they. So I'm fighting with everyone currently. So, I don't know. I'm enjoying that. That's my new thing, that all women are created equal. And I want them all to be on one board. So let's see if it changes, because I've been screaming at everybody.
But what's amazing, Eric? It's like, this is a master class. So when I promote this, I really want people to understand what you're offering them. You're giving them insight into a multi-billion-dollar industry, global industry. So you're giving them insight as to how to approach it. So the second thing would be, you talked about curves, that you don't like the word. What's the next thing?
Oh, I don't remember now because I'm elderly. The second thing, and this is something that I just recently learned during the pandemic, which we can talk about forever, that I felt as though all of the children, and I call them children because I'm older than all of them, were not prepared for this at all.
Most people weren't. Yes.
Most people, and I, including myself. Well, I mean, financially I was prepared, but emotionally I was not. I mean, I totally have PTSD. Period. From all.
We all do. Yes, honey.
I'm a mess. Somebody come over and say, "Hi, Eric," and I'm like, I don't know if I can interact with you.
I give them the elbow. I give them the elbow pump. I'm like, hi.
Hysterical. They weren't prepared, and it really bothered me. And I felt that I did not do my motherly duty to make sure that all these children were prepared for the fact that they did not work for 1 year. And it got me completely crazy that here are people that are making $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 per day and have no money.
Wow.
Wait, what? Wait, why don't you have any money?
Right.
Just asking for a friend. I mean, because I only make 10% of what they make.
Right.
I'm, Gucci, and
Gucci Birkin,
and doing all my shit right.
Yes, honey.
I'm prepared, and I was like, wait, why don't you have a little bit of money in the bank? I'm just asking for a friend because I know how much you earn. I mean, you
Right.
earn a massive amount of money, and now all of a sudden you're broke. So
They're wearing it, honey.
this is not good.
Hmm.
So what am I going to do? How can I help them? So
Right.
one of my former kids, and I have millions of those, uh,
Mhm.
became an investment banker in Alvarez.
Oh,
Oh, I'm obsessed.
okay.
Love him. And he
Mm.
went to work for a big, huge investment banking group. And I believe in him, and he understands what these kids are going through. It's sort of like, when we were kids and we worked as a waiter, we really enjoyed that $300 cash that
Right.
we got every
Right.
night.
Hmm.
But that's not reality. And
Hmm.
I need them to understand that that's not their reality. They may be flush one day, and then the next day they have no money because they ordered, Uber Eats 700 times and
Right.
from Nobu, and they weren't really planning. So
Right.
I sat down with Ian Alvarez and his team, and I said, I have 400 kids that all make a fabulous living, and
Hmm.
they all got into trouble. So I need you to sit down with all of them, and I need to come up with a plan of how this is never going to happen again. And he was like,
Eric, that's amazing. That's
I,
amazing.
yep, I really love this idea. And it was basically just one more thing that I put in place for all of my kids. And now they feel amazing having health insurance. And, uh, you know, they have
Bravo.
401k plan.
Bravo.
It's really exciting. And they're excited to see that instead of spending the $8,000 they made in one day on a pair of shoes,
Right.
God bless them. I love them.
Hmm.
They're like, it feels really great to put 7,000 of it away for
Right.
it. And when there's another pandemic,
Hmm.
um, it's amazing to watch people grow up immediately. And
All of us had to, even if we were older, we definitely had to,
all of
you know.
us, all
And
of us,
what I realized, Eric, is during that time, I make a pretty good living in film and TV as a makeup artist, also do fashion and beauty. And I realized, oh my God, I can live really on a third of my income and the rest is butter. The rest is icing on the cake. So why don't I use that money to really like excel and move forward and do some things, bigger things, you know?
bigger, bigger. And
Mhm.
thank God I bought my home, before this whole thing happened. So,
Mhm.
here I have, what does it cost me really to run my house? A couple of $1,000s a month. Uh,
Smart. Mm.
that was it. I felt bad for kids that had $5,000, $7,000 rent. Rent,
Oof.
just rent, throwing your money in the toilet.
You know what's interesting? Even if you can afford it, why? Why do it? That's two mortgages or three mortgages,
Stupid.
you know?
But I get it. They're all very young, but
Yeah.
they learn fast. And it during the pandemic, I finally organized. I could finally sit down for 1 minute. I've been running. I've been on the hustle for 40 years,
Yes,
literally.
honey.
And I finally sat down for 1 year and I figured out how to work like Excel. You know, that took a year. I still have a lot of columns, but uh,
Mhm.
I sort of organized my whole business, and
Mhm.
that was exciting for me. Um,
Mhm.
I was cooking a lot, doing meal prep for my kids that were broke. Uh,
Yes. Mm.
there were a lot of things that went crazy during that time that I had to sort of reel back in, with OnlyFans and all this stuff that was like fast, quick money. I had to stop them in their tracks and say, all right, let's look at the big picture. Let's not look at this little moment.
Yeah.
Let's look at what's going to happen next year when everybody does stupid things this year. We're going to have to
Right.
pay
And if
for
a
it next
client sees that, they will be like, "Oh, this person's doing porn." So
year.
why, morality clauses that many companies have, you can get in a lot of trouble. So,
A lot of trouble.
wow.
It was not. It was a very interesting year, and
Mhm.
something that I couldn't believe. Everything was taken away from me. My
Right.
family, my income,
Hmm.
freedom, literally.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
and I was the shoulder that 400 people were crying on during it.
But honey, you got snatched during that time. Your body.
I didn't.
And we'll be right back with more Beauty and Gratitude after these messages.
Hi there, Sheila Applegate here with some exciting news. I've joined the incredible Soulivity team as the host of the new Consciously Awesome live show, where I will be sharing insights to help you discover your full brilliance and claim the vibrant life you deserve. So tune in every Wednesday right here on Soulivity TV to join the fun, and remember to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an awesome week, and I will see you on Wednesday.
You can find all the Satonic products at our Go shop on Soulivity at go.soulivity.com now. Shop for beauty products, skincare, hair care. It is all there at the Go shop. Go shop Soulivity.
Have you ever asked the question, if I was to be anything, what would I be? Regardless of money, regardless of status, beyond popularity and fame. Living your passion, feeling your life has purpose. Soulivity is a space to nurture that which lives in all of us. A place where work can become play, and doing what we love creates the dreams of a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know,
I did. I lost 43 pounds. I was unbelievably fat. But
and you held it all together, Eric, and that's what I want to commend you about. I have to say this out loud. We talk personally, and privately, but you held it together as
I,
you always have and always do. And you inspire me, just so you know that. I know you have a third thing you wanted to talk about, but what are you grateful for?
I think that, well, post-pandemic, what I'm grateful for was somehow I found inner peace and calm during it.
Mm,
For a person that, and you know me very well,
mhm.
those are two things that I don't have. I at all. And we used to always giggle, you and I, because we're just completely opposite, completely
Mhm.
internally, completely.
Kind of.
Well, I don't know. I mean, anything that you're thinking, just say it out loud.
Yeah,
And
I think it. I think you say it. Yes.
I always
Mhm.
say it, and you always say to me, Eric, Eric,
Mhm.
inside thought. I I calmed down during it
Mhm.
when it was not in my nature to be calm at all, because my nature is to be completely hysterical. And
Mhm.
I was completely calm. And I found that fascinating. And I'm a very tactile person. I touch,
Yes.
I hold, I touch, I hug. I'm,
Mhm.
and there was none of that. at all.
Mm,
I spent
mm,
1 year sitting in my house by myself. That
mm,
is not me at all.
mhm,
And I I don't know, I went through my closet finally
mhm.
and got rid of a few things, and
You should have called me, honey. I would have bought it off of you. You should have
it
called
was a
me.
good show. I would have given it to you for nothing. But
You know.
oh God, there was a lot of stuff was going out the door. It was
Mhm.
fabulous. It was very freeing for me.
I did the same thing, honestly. Yes, shoes, clothes, everything, honey. Mm.
Ooh, out. I threw it all out and made room for all the new fabulous crap that I've been buying. That's in a much smaller size.
Yeah. Did you redo your home too? Because I spent a lot of time focusing on my home. Hmm.
Well, I did. I did. I decided in the middle of the pandemic that I was going to completely redo my entire house,
Yes.
which
Mhm.
wasn't normal, and uh, like completely, like floors, kitchens, bathroom.
Oh wow. Okay.
Everybody is like trying to save money, and all of a sudden, I open the floodgates, and I'm like, now's a really good time to focus on
Actually, it is.
redoing this house, gardening.
Mhm.
You know that uh, it doesn't really make sense for the
Mhm.
person that I am, but I love working on all of my old cars, and I'm
I know that, and
doing
I most people wouldn't even think that with their rings and everything, but
all
you get
that.
in. You get in, honey.
Right underneath the cars, I have an old Jaguar that I've been fixing for years, and
Mhm.
I got busy with that. I got busy with all my cars and my Land Rover. And like I became, I don't know, I was just like a grease monkey for a year underneath a truck. It was fabulous. Uh,
Mhm.
that's something that I really enjoy. And people find it fascinating that I look one way and do one thing. And then I always close out my day, maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night in my garage, sort of polishing like a little piece of my old Jaguar that
Wow.
calms me down completely. And
Mhm.
it's just something I enjoy. Uh, it's strange, I know, but
It's not though. It's not though. That's why tell people you can never assume who people are, and knowing you and having talked to you for many years, I never assume. I'm always like, oh, oh, okay. And
yeah,
I tell people don't assume you know me because you don't. There's layers to each individual, there's layers to people. And I know you wanted to talk about a third thing. So what is that?
I don't remember
And
what the third thing was.
so the curve, the word curve. The second thing is financial investment for the future.
And now, what do you think the third should be? I mean, I probably have a list of 1,000 things that I'm
How
working
to segue out of the industry, I would assume. Like, what would they do beyond modeling? You know?
Well, a lot of kids sort of grab around them and say, "What else can I do after modeling?" And that bothers me because I don't
Okay.
feel that there's a cap on modeling.
That's true,
It really,
especially now. Hmm.
they used to be that when a girl was 23, it was a wrap, and that's not true anymore,
You can be 40, 50,
honey.
and beyond.
I call it the honey spot. I have boys now that are moving into the honey spot, which is 26 to 40, where
Yes.
they can make an absolute fortune. And I have a lot of them. As my kids, they're
Mm.
aging out, they think, and they're not. They're getting better.
Please say that again, because I have friends that are models, especially male models. I'm like, I think they get discouraged. Sometimes I'm like, guys, you're actually at that age now where you can be the dad or the
Ooh,
older boyfriend or whatever and make tons of money.
huh.
Get out of your head trying to compete with a 23-year-old or a 30-year-old.
It's not about walking Valencia. All right, let's talk about Gucci because I want
Okay.
to talk about Gucci.
Okay.
And I'm going to go on record saying that Gucci sucks. And the reason that Gucci sucks, okay,
Hmm.
is we just went through this. They were having the the Gucci runway show here in Hollywood, and it
Oh
was
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
stupid. So I have kids feel that if they walk this Gucci show, that they're going to be everything. They're everything that the
No.
indie did. It's amazing. It's going to make their career. Gucci knows it, pays them $130 to walk the show. They're going to be famous. They're going to be everything. Guess what? No. So I have a kid who is absolutely gorgeous, and you know him, Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Miles,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, we all know, God bless Miles.
Glad it worked out. Good.
Honey, that took a minute. I love him. So
I
Miles,
love him too, and his mother. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're fabulous. So, Miles is put on option for Gucci. Okay, cute. We like that. I love having a kid walking the show. I got caught up in the whole excitement. Oh my God, one of my kids is going to book Gucci. This is everything. They fly him out. They do 3 castings. He has to go for a physical exam. He has to go for COVID, everything, every COVID test known to man. They have to see his vaccination cards. He has his vaccination. Everything is amazing. We're all ready. I got caught up in the excitement of, oh my God, one of my kids is going to book Gucci. They fly him to LA. They get him dressed. They do everything. They cut the look.
What?
They cut the look. So I said to myself, that happens. Sometimes they just don't like a look. Now, he's missed options. We've basically just everything Gucci, doesn't matter. Who cares about all the jobs that he's missed because of this Gucci option? They cut his look. The kid is crushed. I'm pissed because I'm sitting there saying, well, oh man, he could have done like 5 jobs. He would have had 20 grand in the bank.
He made more money than the Gucci show.
Exactly. So right now, if you would like to come pick up, I have a big box of Gucci shit that I am giving away. I'm just going to give it to someone.
I'll get it in December.
Whatever you want, Bucky. I'll put it in the box. I have a whole box of Gucci that I will not wear, and I'm irritated. I'm irritated because now they upset one of my kids.
Yeah,
so, and
I don't think about the repercussions. I think a lot of times companies that if you're on hold for something and you're all in and you're turning away work, and that happens with me within this industry too. I'm like, don't think because I'm on this show that I'm not getting other calls and turning down sometimes much more money than the present job I'm on, but I'm committed to the job that I'm booked for. You know, it's interesting. It's very interesting.
It irritates me, and it really irritates me that we agents allow Gucci's and the Pradas and the fabulous people to say, well, we're only paying $100 when I had 2 kids walking for guests for $3,000 each. That to me is money.
Agents have to start saying no. They have to start saying no. And I do my personal, like when my agent reaches out for something like a big brand and they give me a number like 150 or 300, I'm like, absolutely not.
No, bye.
No.
Bye. It's some other
I'm not a kid. I'm not a kid. I don't get impressed by labels, you know?
Nope.
I get impressed by what you're going to pay me. Right.
I'm all about Walmart, Kmart, all these fabulous brands that are paying for talent, not the ones that take advantage of talent. And you know, I was like screaming at Miles. I love him. I said, you know what? You should take that look that you're wearing and get right into the Uber wearing it and tell him to suck up.
Okay, this is G-rated.
Yes. I was just annoyed. I was like, take that look and run, honey. And he's like, Mubs. I was like, okay. I'm coming to get you. I'm going to go kill somebody. It was brilliant. And I was on this. It outraged me.
Of course it does. Yeah.
I called all my agencies and I went, if Gucci wants to put any of my kids on option, can you please tell them to suck a bag of, because they have to pay. Period. Otherwise, they don't get my talent. That's it. End of story. If Guess is paying $3,000 for one of my babies to walk, so's Prada and Gucci, and otherwise tell them no.
Right. Well, Eric, you know what? I want to say thank you because I really respect this because I think it's very important for people, and especially models, young models, to see the other side of the business, and that there are people there that are rallying for them, and there are people there that care. I mean, for you to be an agent of over 400 people, mother agent, 400 people, also to be concerned about how they're conserving their money and investing their money and in insurance, etc. I know many models that made tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars that have nothing to show for it, you
Notice.
know, today, not a dime.
Well,
And
not on my watch.
good, good. You should have a makeup and hair division. I'll leave it at that.
Why not? No, you know, I've been doing that forever.
And we'll be right back with more Beauty and Gratitude after these messages.
We work so hard sometimes. Isn't it time for a break? Take a walk or enjoy nature, or maybe a leap or a ride, or even a dip. Spending time with a friend, or some time alone. Whatever it is, always spend time growing and learning with a Solivity Weekend. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on Solivity TV.
Have you ever asked the question, if I was to be anything, what would I be? Regardless of money, regardless of status, beyond popularity and fame, living your passion, feeling your life has purpose. Solivity is a space to nurture that which lives in all of us. A place where work can become play, and doing what we love creates the dreams of a lifetime.
Life is full of moments. And when sickness breaks your momentum, from the 5 a.m. stomach bug, or stress and anxiety at work, don't forget you have Teladoc. Great care options by phone, video, or app. 24/7 access to doctors. And access to therapists 7 days a week. From anywhere you are. Day or night. Whatever it is, we're always ready to help. So you can get back to enjoying life's best moments faster. Life is good. Enjoy it well.
Visit a doctor today without even leaving your home. For as little as $19.95 per month for a family plan, you get access to board-certified physicians as often as you need it. And there's $0 for medical visits anytime, anywhere. Register now by visiting solivity.com/health perks. That's solivity.com/health perks.
You know, it was like,
You definitely helped me and gotten me agents along the years, but I would want to put more into your coffers because I know that you care.
you do.
I know that you care. I know, baby. I know.
I love them. I do. You know, you and I, we've done, I've always felt that I want to make sure that my model is represented the best way.
Yeah.
And that when one of my African American girls is on set and they ruin her hair, that's me hysterical. And I know I have called you many a time and said, what can they take with them that what products should my
A
mom
wig,
take?
a wig,
Big. Let
a
them
wig that looks like their hair, their actual texture. And this happened to a model. You know her. I'm not going to say her name, but they burned her hair. Like her hair was like crispy. She had beautiful, thick, curly hair. They burned it. And so when she would do her top knot, I was like, you have a lot of hair damage, you know? She's like, I know. And she let her hair out. And I could see the damage. I said, this is what you're going to do. My friend makes custom wigs, lace wigs. They're not cheap. Invest in one that's close to your hair color and your hair texture. So meaning only the front part of your hair will be out and the rest is just the crown, you know? She's like, oh my God, I'm gonna go do that. She did it, Eric. And not only did she buy one, she bought 10 in different cuts and styles.
Yeah.
And she continues to work. Her hair is not damaged, it's actually under everything.
right.
Yeah. And then you just hand it to the stylist, like, this is what you're gonna put on my head. You're not burning my hair.
Nope.
Burn the wig. You're not burning me.
You know what? After their hair gets set on fire the first time, they learn a very quick lesson. And all of my girls that have this unbelievably beautiful, amazing textured hair, they always walk in and they always go like, turn that down, thank you.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the best is, what is it? What is the look that you're looking for? I'm going to help you.
But
Because
she shouldn't have to, though. She shouldn't have to come in there pre-done. What I would do is have options, not extensions, but options of crowns close to their own hair texture and be like, here's 3. You can pin it, you can updo it. If it's the right type of style and well made, and a lot of stylists know this now and they prefer it because they can do whatever they need to do and not damage or over process or over style.
well, quite honestly, you know that you and I can sit here and we can talk all day long of the atrocities that they've done to African American or textured hair
Oh yeah,
on set. We could talk about it all day,
I've seen hair set ablaze.
all day. Yeah, I have. Yeah, but it is our job. It's my job. You know, as a ridiculous elderly queen that has quite a voice to educate my agents on getting hair direction a day or two before set. And they all now know that hair direction, especially with the textured hair, is very important before the job, because this way my model can show up with that hair direction prior so that the hair doesn't get ruined.
Especially if you need a 2-hour blowout, you know, have her come with her hair blown out, and it makes it so much easier.
It makes it a lot easier, especially when they go to their person to get it done. And you want straight hair? Okay, I'm not going to let, you know, some guy from Milwaukee blow my hair up that's never seen a black girl before. How about I'll go to my girl in Jackson Heights and get my hair done, and then you could do it. And it's just like them submitting to get their nails done, you know, for $80. They'll submit their blowout.
Yeah.
This way, they're not bald. I'm tired of bald girls. It's annoying.
And I tell it to producers as well. I'm like, hey, what are we shooting? I'll ask a lot of questions. I'm like, can I have photos of the talent? I look at the talent. I'm like, this young lady, make sure if you want her hair straight, make sure it's blown out. Or if you want a lot of hair changes, we need to have a conversation. Make sure her hair is clean, no products in it, so it won't burn once blow dryer iron comes on it. There's a lot of things to factor in. I've educated them, you know.
No, I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic, and you should start. I think that you should start an agency where it's hair and makeup only for the African Americans, and they're all approved and they know what they're doing. Period.
Yes.
And they will hire just that. And it's the way it is. It'd be like a whole like Viola Davis, that movement, that because she got crazy, if you recall. And I love her to death. I saw her the other day. But in any event, and I said that to her. I was like, yes, girl. She's like, I love you, love.
Eric, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you. How can we reach you on Instagram, your website?
Oh, well, yeah, my website, I tried to make that work during the pandemic, but I kind of hate that. So It doesn't really work. So Eric Stern Style on Instagram.
Okay.
I answer every message, every question, and I'm usually very nice. But and
Well, my friend, thank you.
thank you.
And I'm so
for
grateful
having
for
me.
you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you.
Yay! I love you. Have the
Love
best
you.
weekend.
Hold on. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone here. I
Oh,
want to thank each and every one of you for watching Beauty and Gratitude. I want to thank Eric Birkenstern for being on my show. And this is a masterclass in the modeling industry. And I think it's very important for young men and women to take the time to listen to this. And if you know someone who's interested in modeling, I would say show them this video and reach out to Eric Stern at Eric Stern Style on Instagram. Thank you for tuning in to Beauty and Gratitude, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care.
You can find all the Satonic products at our Go shop on Solivity at go.solivity.com now. Shop for beauty products, skincare, hair care, it is all there. At the Go shop, Go Shop Solivity.
Life is full of moments. And when sickness breaks your momentum, from the 5 a.m. stomach bug, or stress and anxiety at work, don't forget you have Teladoc. Great care options by phone, video, or app. 24/7 access to doctors. And access to therapists 7 days a week. From anywhere you are. Day or night. Whatever it is, we're always ready to help. So you can get back to enjoying life's best moments faster. Life is good. Enjoy it well.
Visit a doctor today without even leaving your home. For as little as $19.95 per month for a family plan, you get access to board-certified physicians as often as you need it. And there's $0 for medical visits anytime, anywhere. Register now by visiting solivity.com/health perks. That's solivity.com/health perks.